The Boy Who Vanished, from Aisle 7, The Disappearance of Tyler Bennett. On November 8, 1998, 10-year-old Tyler Bennett walked into a Target store in Naperville, Illinois, with his mother and his older sister on a Saturday afternoon shopping trip. At 2:47 p.m., security cameras captured him standing in the toy aisle, looking at action figures. At 2:51 p.m., his mother turned around to put a sweater in the cart, and when she looked back 4 seconds later, Tyler was gone. Not in the next aisle, not at the electronics section, not anywhere in the 125,000-square-foot store. Security locked down every exit within 3 minutes. Police arrived within 7. They searched every aisle, every stockroom, every bathroom, every loading dock. Tyler Bennett had vanished from inside a busy department store with 200 witnesses present. For 4 days, investigators followed every lead, reviewed every frame of security footage, interviewed every person in the store. And then a woman came forward with information about a teacher's aide at Tyler's school, a man who had worked at that exact Target store until 2 months earlier, who knew every security blind spot, who had been obsessively watching Tyler for months. What they found in his apartment would reveal that sometimes the most dangerous person in a child's life is the one who says, "Let me help with his homework." Naperville, Illinois, sits approximately 28 miles west of downtown Chicago, a sprawling suburb that exploded in growth during the 1980s and 1990s as families fled the city for better schools and safer streets. By 1998, Naperville had a population of just over 128,000, making it one of the wealthiest suburbs in the Chicago area, with pristine subdivisions, top-rated public schools, and strip malls anchored by stores like Target. The Target on Route 59 had opened in 1996 as a Super Target, one of the new format stores combining general merchandise with groceries. Now, on any Saturday afternoon, it drew hundreds of shoppers, families stocking up, teenagers browsing electronics, parents buying birthday presents. November 8, 1998, was a typical Saturday in suburban Illinois. Cool, but not cold. Gray skies, the kind of day that made indoor shopping feel reasonable. The parking lot was nearly full by 2 p.m. Catherine Bennett, 34 years old, had driven to Target with her 2 children, Emma, 13, and Tyler, 10. It was their Saturday routine, errands, shopping, maybe lunch at the food court. Catherine worked full-time as an office manager. Her husband, James, a software engineer, was in California for a conference, leaving Catherine to manage the household alone. Catherine was tired. She'd worked all week, dealt with a broken washing machine, helped Emma study for a test, driven Tyler to soccer practice twice. She loved her children, but her patience was thin. Emma, at that age where everything her mother did was embarrassing, but had been complaining since they left the house. Why did she have to come? Why couldn't she stay home? Tyler, at that age where sitting still was painful, had been bouncing around the car, asking when they'd be done, asking if he could get something, asking. They entered Target at 2:34 p.m. through the main entrance. Security footage, time-stamped and reviewed thousands of times afterward, showed Catherine pushing a red cart, Emma trailing behind with crossed arms. She'd Tyler bouncing ahead in his Chicago Bears sweatshirt and light-up sneakers that flashed red with each step. Catherine's shopping list was on notebook paper in her pocket. Groceries first, then household items, then swing by toys to look at birthday present ideas for Tyler's party next weekend. He was turning 11. They moved through the grocery section systematically. By 2:42 p.m., they reached the toy section. Tyler's energy increased immediately. He ran to the action figure aisle, Batman, a Superman, Power Rangers in bright packaging. Catherine followed slowly, checking her list, trying to remember if they needed trash bags. Emma stopped at the aisle end, leaning against a shelf, examining her fingernails. She was not interested in toys. She was not interested in being here. Tyler stood before the action figures with the seriousness of a museum curator. Batman or Superman? Regular or the one with the motorcycle? He couldn't decide. Catherine, at the other end of the aisle, there's packages, and put them in the cart. At 2:47, she selected packages and put them in the cart. At 2:47 p.m., footage showed Tyler alone in the aisle, back to the camera. Catherine was 20 feet away, partially visible, reaching for something. Emma was out of frame. At 2:48 p.m., Catherine noticed a sweater on a clearance rack, 60% off. Emma needed a sweater for school. Catherine held it up, examining the size, unfolding it to put in the cart. She glanced at Tyler. He was still there. She looked at the sweater for perhaps 4 seconds. When she looked up again, Tyler was gone. Catherine felt annoyance before alarm. He'd wandered off, probably to video games. She walked to the aisle end, looked left, then right. No Tyler. She called his name, not loudly yet, just, "Tyler, where are you?" in that mom voice, expecting immediate response. Nothing. She walked down the next aisle, then the next, calling louder. Tyler? Tyler, answer me right now." Nearby shoppers looked up but saw only a mother searching for a wandering child. Completely normal in a store this size. Emma appeared. "What's wrong? Where's your brother? I thought he was with you." Catherine's annoyance shifted to worry. She walked faster, checking video games, electronics, sporting goods. She called louder. "Tyler, this isn't funny." A Target employee approached. "Can I help you?" "My son, 10 years old, brown hair, Bears sweatshirt. He was just here." The employee called a manager. By 2:56 p.m., the store manager had activated missing child protocol. All exits locked. An announcement, code yellow, all exits temporarily closed. Shoppers clustered near registers, confused, annoyed, checking watches. By 2:59 p.m., Naperville police had been called. By 3:04 p.m., officers were on scene. Catherine sat in the manager's office with Emma, face pale, hands shaking, trying to explain. They'd been shopping. Tyler was looking at toys. She turned away for maybe 4 seconds. He couldn't have gone far. Officers searched systematically. Every aisle, every display, every bathroom, every stockroom. They checked behind service desks, under counters, inside the photo booth. 45 minutes of searching. Tyler Bennett was not in the store. At 3:52 p.m., this became a missing child case, possibly an abduction. Detective Raymond Park arrived at 4:15 p.m. 42 years old, 11 years with Naperville police, and he'd never worked a child abduction. Naperville wasn't the kind of place where children disappeared. He spoke with Catherine, who was crying now, mascara streaked. Park asked questions looking for details, inconsistencies. Does Tyler wander off? Has he run away? Anyone with a grudge? Anyone who makes him uncomfortable? Catherine could think of no one. Tyler was normal, liked school, had friends, played soccer, normal. Park asked to see security footage. At the Target security office had 12 cameras. The manager had queued up the relevant footage. Park watched in silence, his jaw tightening. 2:34 p.m., family enters. Tyler bouncing, excited. 2:42 p.m., toy section. Tyler runs to action figures. 2:47 p.m., Tyler alone in aisle. Catherine in background with decorations. 2:48 p.m., Catherine examining sweater back to Tyler. 2:48:34 p.m., Tyler still there. 2:48:38 p.m., Tyler gone. 4 seconds. Park rewound, watched again, trying to see what the camera missed. At 2:48:35 p.m., a figure entered frame from the left. Tall, dark clothing, baseball cap obscuring face. They said something to Tyler. Tyler turned. The figure gestured. Tyler hesitated 1 second, then walked with them out of frame. 3 seconds total. "Who is that?" Park pointed. The security manager shook his head. "Can't see the face. Angle's wrong." They switched cameras, following timestamps. 2:48:37 p.m., Figure and Tyler in main aisle. Figure's hand on Tyler's shoulder, moving quickly toward the back. 2:48:52 p.m., near stockroom entrance. Figure pushed through employees only. 2:49:04 p.m., in stockroom, moving toward loading dock. 2:49:18 p.m., through loading dock door. After that, nothing. The loading dock had no cameras. Park stood. "Show me the loading dock." The loading dock had 3 bay doors controlled electronically. Park checked logs. Bay door 2 opened at 2:51 p.m. with manual override, closed at 2:53 p.m., someone who knew the system. The Park examined the door, hit the button. It rolled up, revealing concrete platform, stairs to service road, retention pond beyond, then parking lot of adjacent Jewel Osco. Someone could walk out, across the service road, into a vehicle without attracting attention. Cameras covering exterior? No, just interior. This wasn't opportunistic. This was planned. Someone knew the layout, the blind spots, the route. The question was, who? By 5 p.m., Naperville police had established a command center, and the FBI was notified at 5:23 p.m. Special Agent Laura Chen from Chicago arrived at 6:15 p.m., a methodical woman who specialized in crimes against children. Every shopper from 2 to 3 p.m. was identified and interviewed. None saw anything. None saw Tyler after the toy aisle. None saw the figure leading a child through stockrooms. All 24 target employees were questioned. All had alibis, time cards, footage, witnesses. Agent Chen watched the footage 17 times, extracting every detail. Height, 6 feet. Build, average. Clothing, dark jacket, pants, baseball cap. Face, never visible, always angled from cameras. The person moved with familiarity, didn't hesitate, walked directly, efficiently, avoiding visible areas. Chen traced the path on a blueprint in red marker. This person knew the layout, knew where cameras were, knew about loading dock access. Someone who works here? Or someone who used to? Or someone who studied this place? Chen requested employee records from the past 2 years. The list was long, retail turnover was high, but it was a start. By 7 p.m., news vans were outside. By 8 p.m., Catherine did a press conference, voice shaking, reading from her shopping list. "Tyler is my son. He's 10. He loves Batman and soccer. Someone took him while I was 20 feet away. If you know anything, please call. Tyler, mommy loves you. We're looking for you." She broke down. Emma put an arm around her. The footage aired everywhere. Tyler's school photo, September, missing front tooth smile, was broadcast across Illinois and neighboring states. By midnight, Tyler had been missing 9 hours. Statistics showed if a child wasn't recovered within 3 hours, likelihood of finding them alive dropped significantly. Agent Chen didn't share these statistics with Catherine, but she knew them. Search teams worked through Sunday. Hundreds of volunteers combed woods, parks, ponds. Helicopters flew grids. Bloodhounds tracked trails going nowhere. The FBI tip line received 300 calls by Sunday evening. Most eliminated quickly. Mistaken sightings, inaccurate information. But one tip, Sunday at 4:47 p.m., made Chen pause. Anonymous female caller. She'd been at Target Saturday around 2:45 p.m. in the toy section. Noticed a man at the aisle end, not shopping, just standing, watching. Thought it was odd. Now, seeing news coverage, wondered if relevant. A description: tall, dark clothes, baseball cap. Couldn't see face clearly. But he looked familiar, like she'd seen him before somewhere. Not much, but it corroborated footage. Someone had been waiting, watching. By Monday, investigators interviewed Tyler's family, friends, teachers, coach, classmates, looking for anyone with unusual interest in Tyler. Nothing stood out. Tyler was normal. Good student, had friends, played sports. Stable family, No custody disputes, no concerning individuals. James Bennett returned Sunday morning, devastated. He answered questions for hours about family, job, travel, could think of no one. Catherine hadn't slept since Saturday. She sat in Tyler's room, clutching his teddy bear, crying. Emma stayed with her, silent. By Tuesday, 3 days after Tyler vanished, the FBI had processed hundreds of footage hours, interviewed 400 people, followed 500 tips, searched 50 square miles. Nothing. Wednesday, November 12th, 4 days after Tyler disappeared, Patricia Simmons walked into Naperville police saying she had information. She knew who took him. Patricia Simmons, 41, dental hygienist, lived in Naperville 15 years, knew the Bennetts casually through school. "I know Andrew Carlson," she told Agent Chen. "Teacher's aide at Lincoln Elementary where Tyler goes, after-school program. I see him when I pick up my daughter." Chen pulled her notebook. "What about Andrew Carlson?" Patricia hesitated. 2 months ago, parent-teacher conference. I saw Andrew in the hallway with Tyler, talking. Andrew had his hand on Tyler's shoulder, the way he looked at Tyler. Too intense, too familiar. I mentioned it to another mom. She said Andrew was always around Tyler, always volunteering to help. "Did you report this?" "No. I thought maybe I was paranoid. He was a teacher's aide, supposed to help kids, but then Tyler disappeared." "What else about Andrew Carlson?" "He's been at the school about a year. Late 20s, quiet, lives alone." "Ever work at Target?" "I don't know. Maybe. Someone mentioned retail before the school job." Chen's chest tightened. Within 30 minutes, she had Andrew Carlson's records. Andrew Michael Carlson, 28. Worked at Route 59 Target March 1997 to August 1998. 17 months. Stockroom. Inventory. Receiving shipments. He knew the loading dock and security systems, store layout intimately. Left Target, August 1998. Started at Lincoln Elementary, September 1998. 2 months ago. Access to Tyler at school. Knowledge of Target layout. Unusual interest in Tyler. Find Andrew Carlson, now. Andrew Carlson lived in a garden apartment complex, 2nd floor, Unit 2B. Agent Chen, Detective Park, 4 officers approached at 6:47 p.m. Wednesday. Chen knocked. "Andrew Carlson, FBI. We need to speak with you." No answer. Again, louder. "Mr. Carlson." I opened the door. Nothing. Building manager unlocked it. Officers entered, weapons drawn, empty. But in the bedroom, covering an entire wall floor to ceiling, photographs of Tyler Bennett. Dozens. Tyler at school, soccer practice, park, walking home, getting in car, taken from distance, telephoto lens without Tyler's knowledge, chronologically arranged. Beneath photos, index cards with notes. Tuesday/Thursday, soccer 4 to 5 p.m. Mother picks up, usually stops at Jewel. Saturday afternoons, Target. Usually 2:30. Tyler looks at toys while mother shops. Calendar on wall. November 8th, circled red. Target, 2:30. Chen called forensics immediately. In Carlson's closet, dark jacket, dark baseball cap matching footage description. In bathroom under sink, first aid kit with rope, duct tape, zip ties. In nightstand, keyring. One key labeled storage unit number 47. Chen held the key, feeling hope and dread. A storage unit. You store it facility 2 miles away. FBI tactical team arrived 8:22 p.m. Will cut the lock on unit number 47. Rolled up the door. Inside, lit by single battery lantern, Tyler Bennett. Alive. Tyler sat against the back wall, wrists zip-tied, ankles roped, duct tape over mouth. Door rolled up, light hit his face. He flinched, squinting, muffled sound behind tape. Medic rushed forward, removing tape, cutting restraints. "You're safe. We're getting you out." Tyler's eyes, wide and terrified, darted around. Tried to speak, voice a croak. "Where's my mom?" "Waiting for you." Taking you to her now. Stretcher, ambulance, oxygen, blankets, assessment, 4 days, minimal food and water, severely dehydrated, malnourished, shocked, lost 6 pounds, bruises from restraints, but alive. Physically would recover. Psychologically, another question. Catherine at Loyola Medical Center when ambulance arrived 9:15 p.m. Couldn't believe until she saw him. Doors opened. Catherine ran forward, sobbing. Tyler saw her, started crying first time since found. "Mom, Lisa, I want to go home." "I'm here. You're going home. Never letting go." James arrived, drove dangerously fast. Into ambulance, arms around Catherine and Tyler, all three crying. Emma outside watching through windows. Tyler waved weakly. Emma waved back, hand against glass. Press captured it. Footage aired everywhere. Rare relief and joy. Tyler admitted for observation. Rehydrated, fed, examined. Physical damage minor, would heal. Psychological would take longer. When stable, but Agent Chen interviewed him gently. Trauma specialist present. Tyler said he'd been looking at action figures when a man approached. Said he was Mom's friend. There was an emergency. Tyler needed to come right now. Tyler recognized him. Mr. Carlson from school. Saw him every day. Trusted him. So he followed. Carlson led him through the store quickly. Tyler started feeling wrong, wanted Mom, but Carlson tightened grip, said, "No time." Through door to back room, outside to car. "Get in back." Stay down." Drove long time, dark building. Tyler crying, asking to go home. Carlson tied hands, feet, taped mouth, left in dark. Days there. Carlson came twice daily with water, crackers, talked to Tyler, said they'd be together now. Tyler didn't need his family. Tyler thought he'd die there, prayed someone would find him. Finally, someone did. Chen documented everything, heart aching for this betrayed child. Tyler was a hero for surviving. Tyler didn't feel like a hero, felt small, scared, traumatized, but alive, going home. Search for Andrew Carlson became FBI's top priority. Not at apartment, not at work. Car, 1994, dark green Honda Accord, nowhere. A PB issued, photograph distributed, considered armed and dangerous. Thursday, his car found at O'Hare. Footage showed Carlson parking 11:47 a.m. Wednesday, hours before FBI raid. Backpack, walk to terminal. Security reviewed departing flights. Man matching Carlson boarding Denver flight 3:20 p.m. And name Michael Grant. Cash ticket 2 days earlier. FBI contacted Denver. By the time they traced him, he'd left. Checked into motel Wednesday night as Michael Grant. Cash checked out Thursday morning. Trail disappeared. Federal warrant issued. Most wanted list. Photographs circulated nationally. Tips came. Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona. None panned out. Carlson was gone. Why Tyler? Why this particular child? The connection? Background revealed deeply troubled individual. Michigan. The youngest of 3. Poverty? Dysfunction? Alcoholic father left at 6. Mother struggled, multiple jobs, often absent. Quiet, isolated child. Few friends. Struggled academically. Bullied. Teachers. Withdrawn. Emotionally immature. Dropped out 17. Drifted through low-wage jobs. No criminal record. Nothing flagging him as dangerous. But journals in apartment. Obsessive writings about children. Wanting closeness. Disconnected from adults. Only comfortable around kids. Specific entries about Tyler. How Tyler reminded him of himself. How Tyler deserved someone who'd truly care, protect him, be there in ways Andrew never had. Delusional thinking. Kidnapping as love, not violence. Psychologists reviewed. Attachment disorder from childhood trauma, OCD elements, possible pedophilic tendencies, though no sexual evidence. Fixation on Tyler rooted in recreating denied childhood, forming attachment with child, representing what he wished he'd been. Tragic. A disturbing portrait. psychological damage causing profound harm. Tyler home Friday, November 14th, 6 days after taken. Police security outside, press on street, bedroom exactly as left, unmade bed, action figures, homework. Catherine hadn't touched anything while Tyler missing. Now Tyler home, safe in room, but not the same boy. Quieter, withdrawn, startled at sounds, didn't want to be alone. Asked mom to sit until he slept, hand on shoulder, door open to hallway light. Nightmares. Awoke screaming, disoriented, thinking still in storage unit. Catherine ran, held him, home, safe, over. Not over, not for long time. Emma, 13, understood enough, became fiercely protective, stayed close, checked constantly, reassured when scared, blamed herself for not paying attention at Target. Catherine said not her fault. Emma carried guilt anyway. James, missed first 3 days in California, struggled with guilt. Not there to protect, cut travel significantly, and turned down assignments taking him away more than a day. Family therapy, individual for Tyler, family sessions processing trauma. Dr. Sarah Vance, child psychologist specializing in trauma, worked with Tyler twice weekly. Play therapy, cognitive behavioral techniques, help him heal, progress slow. Tyler didn't want to talk. Drew pictures, dark, locked doors, faceless figures. Dr. Vance helped externalize fear, tools for safety. By Thanksgiving, sleeping most nights, eating normally, I regained some weight, physically recovering, emotionally complicated, afraid to go places without parents, refused Lincoln Elementary where Carlson worked. District arranged home tutor, didn't want shopping. Catherine saying grocery store triggered panic, begging her not to go, not to leave. Eventually hired babysitter for shopping trips, though Tyler didn't trust unfamiliar adults. No 11th birthday, November 14th. Fell exactly 6 days after abduction, day home from hospital. Now Catherine had bought decorations, supplies, presents before he disappeared. Couldn't throw party after, quiet family dinner instead. Emma baked chocolate cake, Tyler's favorite, sang happy birthday quietly. Tyler blew candles, made unshared wish, Carlson found, arrested, so he'd feel safe. Didn't come true that day. Months passed. Investigation continued without success. Carlson disappeared completely. False identities, off-grid, moving frequently. FBI kept case open, photos circulated. The followed tips. 1998 became 1999. Leads dried up. For Bennett's, new normal slowly emerged, never the same as before. Tyler progressed in therapy. By spring, venturing out to safe places, outdoor restaurants seeing exits, parks staying in parents' sight. Didn't return to Lincoln that year. Following fall 6th grade, enrolled in private school across town. Small school, tight security, trauma specialist counselor. Wary at first, school patient. Teachers understood triggers, gave space, had helped reintegrate at his pace. By 6th grade end, Tyler made friends, joined soccer, laughed again, though not as freely, healing. Emma went to high school, grew up, moved forward. Never forgot those 6 days' fear, never stopped checking on him. Catherine quit to stay home full-time during recovery. Finances tighter, worth it. Eventually part-time when Tyler comfortable without her few hours. James changed jobs, minimal travel. Missed too much, wouldn't miss more. Years passed. 1999, 2000. Tyler 12, 13. Taller, voice deepening. Teenager, nightmares less frequent. Fear more manageable, learning to live with it rather than consumed by it. 2002, Tyler 14, Agent Chen received Denver PD call. Man matching Carlson arrested for shoplifting. Fingerprints matched. Living Denver as David Harper 3 years. Odd jobs, low profile. Stupid shoplifting mistake finally brought custody. Chen flew Denver immediately. Carlson extradited Illinois. Charges: kidnapping. So child endangerment, unlawful imprisonment. Trial fall 2002. Tyler, 14, testified about Carlson's actions. Sat in witness stand, older, bigger than at 10, still visibly uncomfortable, recounting 4 days. Carlson at defense table, older, thinner, longer hair, defeated expression. Didn't testify. Attorney argued diminished capacity, mental illness. Prosecution presented overwhelming premeditation evidence. Jury, guilty all counts, 45 years without parole. The Catherine attended every day, front row, staring at the man who stole her son. Verdict read, felt no satisfaction, no closure. Justice served but didn't undo it. Didn't return Tyler's stolen innocence. After trial, one press conference outside courthouse, Agent Chen beside them. Tyler, nearly tall as mom, between parents, uncomfortable but determined. Catherine read brief statement thanking law enforcement, requesting privacy. Tyler stepped forward, a voice stronger than at 10. Andrew Carlson thought he could break me. Thought those 4 days would destroy me. But I'm still here, stronger than he thought. And he's in prison where he belongs. I won. Defiance and strength. Carlson hadn't won. Tyler survived, moving forward. Footage aired nationally. Powerful reminder resilience possible. Even profound trauma survivable. Epilogue. Tyler graduated high school 2006. Quiet, thoughtful young man carrying trauma without letting it define him. At Northwestern University, psychology studying trauma and resilience. Senior thesis, long-term psychological effects, childhood abduction, factors contributing successful recovery. Graduated 2010. Master's social work, therapist specializing child trauma, working with abduction, abuse victims, profound safety violations, married 2015. Jessica knew his story, loved him anyway, understood security needs, predictability needs, didn't push him being someone he wasn't. 2 children, daughter and son, and Tyler intensely protective parent. Always knowing where children were, strict routines, safety protocols. Jessica gently reminded can't protect from everything. Life involves risk. Children need space. Tyler knew intellectually. Emotionally, fear never entirely left. Managed it. Therapy work. Found balance. Always there, shadow and background. Emma became lawyer, victims' rights advocacy, channeled guilt and helplessness into career fighting for harmed people, ensuring voices in legal system. Catherine and James remained married. Trauma changed relationship, difficult and profound ways. Learned better communication, prioritizing time together, not taking for granted. Volunteered with missing children organizations, offering experience, hope to others in similar nightmares. Andrew Carlson remained prison. No visitors, no rehabilitation programs, existing, serving time. Cautionary tale, untreated mental illness, obsessive fixation dangers. 2018, 20 years after abduction, a journalist contacted Bennett's requesting retrospective interview. Tyler agreed. Stipulation, final public statement. Interview at Tyler's office. Small space, diplomas, children's drawings pinned. Question, how did you survive? Move forward. Tyler thought long moment. I survived because I had people who loved me and fought for me. My mom never stopped looking. FB, I never gave up. When I came home, my family gave me space to heal, but also expected me to keep living. They didn't let me disappear into trauma. Made me come back to world. Moving forward, I don't think you ever fully move past something like that. You learn to integrate it into who you are. What happened shaped me, made me who I am, made me want to help other trauma kids. So weird way, Carlson didn't just take something, also gave me purpose. I don't forgive him. I don't think what he did was anything other than evil. But I also don't let him have power over my life anymore. And he stole 4 days when I was 10. Doesn't get to steal anything else? That's how I won. Article published Chicago Magazine, November 2018, 20 years to month after disappearance. Widely read, shared. Most popular piece that year. Many commented Tyler's story gave hope. Trauma survivable, resilience possible, worst experiences not defining entire life. Tyler didn't read comments. Said what needed saying now moving forward. Living life, helping others, being present for family. That, what he learned was real victory, not arrest, conviction, public justice narrative, real victory. Waking each day choosing to live fully, choosing love, choosing meaning despite darkness touching life. Andrew Carlson tried taking everything from Tyler Bennett, but Tyler took it back. Built a life that mattered. That's the part worth remembering. If this story mattered to you, subscribe and hit the bell. Share the episode. Someone somewhere may still be finding their way back from the dark.